In this video, I'm going to go over some basic game mechanics and give you some tips for starting out in V Rising. To start, let me explain some of the unique core mechanics of V Rising. What's different about this game is that your character doesn't become stronger by leveling up or using skill trees or XP. Your character becomes stronger mainly by improving his or her weapons or armor at your base. And the ability to upgrade your equipment comes primarily from defeating bosses that are referred to as V-Bloods. So, the gameplay in this game cycles around three things. 1. Defeating V-Blood bosses. 2. Expanding your base and upgrading your equipment. And 3. Obtaining the resources to fulfill thing number 2. When starting out, you're generally going to want to focus on following the instructions in the top right corner of your screen. This will help you to familiarize yourself with the basic mechanics of the game and allow you to unlock basic abilities and base structures. Eventually, while following the journal, you will get to a section where it says to build a castle heart. This will be the start of your new base. Personally, I'd recommend the location of your base to be within the central region of the Farbane Woods. Locations here that are highlighted like this are suitable locations for your base. I plan to go over the basics of base building in another video, so please subscribe so you won't miss it. You should continue to follow the journal until it gets to the part where it tells you to build a servant coffin. The reason why you'll want to stop following the journal at this point is because to utilize servants, you will need to build a castle throne. And in order to build a castle throne, you will need iron ingots. And you cannot produce iron ingots until you defeat the final V-Blood boss of this region. So, to reiterate, once you get to this part of the journal where it tells you to build a servant coffin, you should focus on defeating other V-Blood bosses in the region and strengthening yourself with better gear and armor. Now let's move on with the tips. Tip number 1 is to pay attention to your blood pool, because when it runs out, you will die. To replenish your blood pool, you will need to attack a creature until it has approximately 20% of its health left. Then, when prompted, press F to drink the creature's blood. It is worth noting that you are vulnerable to damage in this state, so don't do this in a group of enemies. It is also worth noting that you can consume rats and hearts to replenish your blood pool in a pinch. Tip number 2. In order to heal yourself, you will need to use the ability Blood Mend. In order to use Blood Mend, you'll want to hold down Control, hover your mouse over Blood Mend, and then release. This will consume blood from your blood pool. It is worth noting that if you are attacked while using Blood Mend, it will interrupt the Blood Mend ability, so this will be difficult to utilize when you're in combat. If you see an enemy with a red health bar, you will generally want to avoid it. There are 5 particular monsters of the Farbane Woods that you'll want to avoid early on. The first one here is a treant. The second one is a corpse pile. The third one is a forest dweller, or basically the forest version of a giant spider. Number 4 is a stone golem. And number 5 is an undead assassin. Thanks for watching, and if you want to see more guides, please subscribe.